If we go back to very early man and think of the smell that exists in the auric space, we think that, like animals, he could smell that area around him. Although we may think that an animal smells another animal or a human being by contacting their body, the animal actually can smell the space around before it ever reaches the actual body itself. Not only can it smell the area at close quarters, it can smell even from across the street. This is why it is not easy to train an animal to contain himself when it suddenly smells something very attractive on the other side of the road. And as the auric smell in a bitch, for instance, changes completely when she is on heat, then we can understand why it drives male animals crazy from a long distance away. So we have to be aware that our sense of smell at the moment is faulty, that we cannot detect smells some distances away. We are not limited at all in the sense of smell, and it is difficult to draw a line. One has to change from the physical level to a higher cognitive faculty. You can ask, can one smell somebody's house 2 roads away? Or can one smell somebody in America? And the answer is, of course, yes. It means that the centers of awareness that collect energy have to open up. We have many differently sized centers all over the body, and with some people these are more open than with others. We now begin to realize what it must have been like to be primitive man, because he could put his boundaries down by smell, as an animal does, so that any stranger coming into that area would immediately know that he was out of bounds. Physical boundaries were established when man lost this gift. There was a special way in which this ceremony was done. It was not just walking around a cave or around a field and leaving the traces of his auric smell for everybody else to sense. Primitive man would know if visitors were coming, because he could sense them from a far distance by telepathy, and also he would sense the smell getting closer. So primitive man enjoyed the smell in his aura. His sense of smell was much stronger than that of people today. As man became more refined, his need to shut off smells that he came to regard as objectionable increased, and he gradually lost the sensitivity of smell in the auric space. If centers of energy are dirty, then the person emits a bad odor. Primitive man's smell was much more definite, and he lived in a world of smell. He chose his partner not just through the body odor, but the auric smell. There is no way of determining people's body smell immediately they have bathed, especially if they have used toilet requisites. Herbs used during bathing can change for a time the smell of both aura and body, but not for long. Different parts of the body have a completely different smell. It very much depends upon whether organs are working properly, and sometimes their smell tends to change depending on their cycle and depending on our particular cycle as well.